Hello guys and welcome to a video where hopefully I'm going to help you improve at FC25. Before we get into it, I want to know how many of you are actually still playing this game. Maybe you've jumped ship to Call of Duty, like I know a lot of people have. Do let me know in the comments because I'm interested to know. If you're feeling generous, a like on the video would be appreciated. We're going to talk about a few things and then we're going to go into a game so I can show you exactly what I'm doing and give you my thought process as well. If you like this style of video, do subscribe. I do it all the time. And let's get into it. If you need the cheapest FC25 coins to build your super team, then check out MMOEXP by clicking the link down below and use code JambooUK for 5% off. Okay guys, so I got 15-0 twice in a row with the exact setup that I'm using now. Just copying the tactics is not enough. You need to know what you're doing in game. So I'm going to be showing you that as well. There'll be some attacking and defending tips and things like that. But we are using the 5-2-1-2. We're not using it in a ratty negative way. I know there's this thing, people don't like the 5-back, and I get it. I get it. The way I try to look at it is it's the same as Call of Duty, right? You always have the best weapon. And if you don't use it, you're punished. And that is sort of what the 5-back is in FIFA. It's not the player's fault. It's the way you are forced to play unless you want to take losses that you wouldn't otherwise. So that is what I think in regards to that. But we're going to get into a game. I'm going to give you the thought process. Any questions at all, do let me know in the comments. And let's get into it. Okay guys, so we are going into the game, and the aim of this is to give you guys some tips, not even just specifically for this formation, but just things in general on FC25 that are going to help you. This is obviously a high standard rivals game. From the kickoff, I always like to put an offside trap in there just to get that line nice and high and make sure that we're not giving anything easy up. We've got to make sure we're marking the ball in the middle here. It's a crazy kickoff. I mean, it just happens. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. You know, I just feel like we didn't even have a chance there. Worst possible start. But that's when the mentality side of this game kicks in, you know. It's a very frustrating game that we play. And actually just keeping your head is a very important part of FC25. It's tough out there, man. It really is. You see here, we use the overlap from our wing back that you are going to get in this setup. Looking for those driven passes and then a speed boost into our striker. Play for the cutback there. Half the time, that just goes through to Haaland. The other half, what just happened happens. Got to make sure that we're marking again. We're mixing in the second man press with some manual pressing, and that's something that you've got to be doing. Two jobs at once, and just making sure that you're not giving your opponent, you know, too much space and time on the ball. The one thing that's really difficult on this game, you know, due to how slow and clunky the gameplay is, playing out of a press is hard. So if you've got a good manual press on this game, you know, you're going to do well. We use the player lock to our advantage there. An awful sprint boost from Adeyemi, but we do win the throw-in, which you have to take your time from as well. The thing with this game, you know, the more I've played it, it really does force you to just slow down your gameplay. And once you start doing that, you're going to have a lot more joy, even though it makes it more boring to play. Here, looking for the edge of that box again. We play the ball into Haaland, try to use the shield in, and sadly, you know, we end up somehow losing the duel. But again, they're using that second man press with R1. We are going to step in and make a manual tackle. And we're looking to get the ball into our cam and then get the run of the wing back. You see here all this space that we get. And then we can play a lock. Awful, awful cross. If the cross was better there, you know, that's the ideal attack that you sort of get in this setup. You get the wing back overlapping. And then you have your striker peeling off. Here, got to make sure that we're marking the inside player once again. Sort of get away with it, I guess. Driven pass into the midfielder. And again, it's that same attack. You see the wing back, we trigger him to go on the run. We play the ball, recycle back into the middle now. And this is where we have potential opportunity. Awful, awful driven pass. Sort of cost us there. But again, we keep the press going. And that's why we're using the offside traps. Just to push the line nice and high. Make sure that he's not getting anything easy here. We do step in. And we're absolutely dominating. Like, the guy is struggling to get out. It's just a matter of time if the game carries on this way. That we're going to get a chance. So here, looking for the ball inside, looking for the cutback now, get the ball into Haaland. And that is what you get in this setup. You're using the width for the pitch and cutting the ball back into the middle. And it's a sort of rinse and repeat. You know, you can do this over and over again. And that is what makes this specific setup so effective. Got to be careful there. I don't know what's going on. But we recycle the ball. If you have quick players like Adeyemi, and then, you know, even more importantly, quicker wing backs, it makes this whole process so much easier. Really good player lock there. I don't know what has happened. I wish Haaland hit that on his left foot. We're going to take a corner. I'll show you guys what I do from them. Not ideal. He's actually just, he's done really well. Again, second man press here, whilst manually marking things in the middle. Just trying to make it so that he doesn't have an easy option on. Using that second man press once again. He's cut the ball back. And he's done very well. Very difficult. The issue I have with this game is you find yourself dominating. And it's counter-attacks against players that don't have as much of the ball. That are so effective. So you find that you can control a game. And you end up getting punished for doing that on here. Which is very frustrating. But I guess, you know, we have to try and adapt where possible. He's done well there. The one thing he's doing well is he's getting the ball down in these wide positions, and then he's making the most of that. He's always looking for that cutback. So that's something that we've got to be careful of here. We do step in, try and make the tackle. Doesn't quite come off. We do manage to get it that time. And now we can try and go on a counter-attack of our own. Recycle it to our wing-back. He's anticipating the passes so early. This is a very high-level player. He's doing a very good job of that. Play the ball into the middle. Driven pass once again. We try and get these little triangles going. R1 dribbling with Frimpong. If you have good dribblers out wide, it's super valuable as well. R1 dribbling with Haaland. Try to fizz the ball in for that cutback. Unfortunately, didn't work out. Let's try and go for my corner. He's marked that one as well. That's a different routine that I was going for. Struggling to make anything work right now, which is, you know, it's unfortunate. He's going for the player lock. We have to make sure that we're marking all the potential routes that he's going. We're going to bring the keeper out, which is grossly overpowered on this game. If you have your keeper rushing out, it really restricts the option that they have, you know, on this game. It's super effective. Perfectly timed through ball there. Going to have to recycle it once again. Go for a little fake shot and another one. And it is a good save from his keeper. Going to try something else from this corner, because what we've been doing just clearly isn't working. R1 dribbling. Go for a little cutback here. Unlucky. Trying to win the ball back up high. Manual pressing. We'll recycle it out into a wide position now. Not a lot of space to work with, as you do find on this game. R1 dribbling. The R1 dribbling's super good, by the way. Oh, it's unfortunate. Just off. Super good, because it's the only sort of dribbling on this game that actually somewhat allows you to get out of pressure, you know, and actually turn properly. Left stick dribbling, as I'm sure you know on this game, is almost completely redundant at this point. So mixing in that R1 is definitely going to help you. Quite a rough half. I feel a bit hard done by here, but we'll see what the second half brings. Not going to change anything, because I feel like we've been the better player, but this is just, you know, a sort of typical FC25 rigging, if you like. Definitely not a bad player, he's good, but it's sort of suiting him, the fact that we're controlling the ball and, you know, being in his third a lot is sort of what's hindered us. You know, we're getting caught on the counters, and it's just been a long day in that regard. Triggering the run with L1 again, over to Frimpong. And now we're looking for the cutback. We do use the player lock. He's defended that very well. Trying to cut off all the potential options. We'll throw in an offside trap. Got to mark this run in behind. Adama is a massive issue. Dragerson has done incredible there, by the way. What you can do when they're running down the wing like that, if you pressure the guy on the ball, as long as you're certain that they can't get that pass into the inside, you're okay to, you know, manually pressure as we did there. If you know you can't get towards them, then you would use the second man press for the guy out wide and then manually mark in the middle. That's the way to go. But here, we'll try and use the pace of Frimpong. He has Mendy, Evo, who is an absolute beast. Really good manual press and step in there. Here, went for the driven pass with Haaland, didn't quite manage to get it off there. We do have Adeyemi. I'm actually just going to recycle the ball out wide. See if we can get something going there. Good R1 dribbling. We'll driven pass to the edge of the box. And this is where we're looking for the likes of Haaland. Beautiful. Little bit of left stick dribbling. You still can get it off. And if you have a player, you know, like Haaland, the high finishing players, you're going to be able to make stuff happen. It's a deserved goal. And more of the same now. Triggering my wing back on the run. We'll go for a little 1-2 here. Or actually just bait the 1-2. We'll fire it over. Awful pass to Frimpong. Good second man press. But here, you know, it's one of them games, and you will find this in champs, where you're not really sure how you're not winning. I feel like we've been pretty, you know, comfortably better than the opponent. He lined up his Travella there. Luckily, red timed it. That's something else you've got to be careful with on this game, because they're inconsistent now, the Travellas, but they can still definitely fly in where possible. Got to try and reduce the time that we're playing around the back here, because it's very, very scary on this game. Really nice player lock. I've triggered Adeyemi on a run as well. We're going to look for him. I've absolutely choked. Oh, that's sadness. Sadness. Good goalkeeper movement from the opponent, and it's absolutely bailed him out there. Bellingham's done well in the middle. We're being quite direct now. Maybe offside, Adeyemi. Yes, he is. But you can see the general premise here is we're trying to press aggressively and make the most of the fact that people just can't dribble well on this game. Keeper's got to come out here. Adama's done very well, and he has found the back of the net. Very, very difficult. You know, if they have these rapid players like Mbappe, Adama, you know, that calibre of speed on their forwards, even when you're manually marking stuff early, you know, sometimes it feels like there's not a lot you can do. But it's just one of them. You know, it's a high elo division rivals game. This opponent is clearly good, and there's things that you can take from it. So we'll go with the same again. Hopefully we can get a goal to get back in it. We'll use that player lock as a decoy, and then we'll fire the ball into our cam. Awful touch from Haaland. It's just so clunky, isn't it? Again, you know, we're in the right position there. We marked the cutback well, which is what has saved us. Going to try and get the ball out wide again to Frimpong. We will send Haaland on a run. Really good manual press from the opponent. Got to make sure that we're marking this. We will step in and try and make a tackle aggressively. Feel like we should have got the ball there, but apparently not. Pressing aggressively again. We'll use an offside trap to raise the line. Make sure that he's not got the easy ball into Adama. This opponent is very good, though. Very, very good. Good R1 dribbling from him. Lines up the Travella, and that is a good save from Edison. Got to be careful here. Hopefully we can get the goal. I want to try and be a bit more aggressive, but the issue is, you know, he's got the Adama and other quick players, and you have to weigh up the risk, because if that Adama gets in behind, like it just is over. But at the minute, I can't seem to get out my own box, which is a little bit annoying. We will try and manually mark in the middle, and that's fine. We put enough pressure on him where the header was bad. We'll take our time here, get the ball out into a wide position, trigger our wing back on a run, and try and recycle the ball back into the middle as we do. Triggering runs with L1, so important on this game. You know, trying to get your players moving, it is crazy valuable. The thing on this game is the attacking AI. They're just stupid. Like, there's no other way to put it. They're just stupid. So you need to get them moving manually. Here, oh, if the chip ball was better from Gravenberch, we're actually just in. Potential opportunity here. I did not want that to Haaland. Really nice move. I wanted it to Adeyemi. You can get some quick passing and stuff going on this game and in this setup, but in general, you know, you're playing for those cutbacks and in behind through balls, because trying to sort of dribble and move is just nigh on impossible. It really is. Get Bellingham moving there. Go for the through ball. It's unlucky. Do win the throw there. With Haaland, we'll be able to shield it off the first touch, so that is what we're going for. And we win another one. Can't really get a lot going right now, which is frustrating. We'll recycle it back to the edge. See if we can get a driven pass into the striker. That is what we're looking for. Double tap pass there, just to make sure that he couldn't intercept it. Try and get Frimpong going on a run. R1 dribble in with Kjell. Looking for that driven pass into Haaland. Potential cross opportunity on. We did get the header off as well. That is unfortunate. The opponent's done a really good job of restricting us. Haaland. Just one of them games. Absolutely just one of them games. Looks like we're going to take the L. Sad little. Spoke too soon. That is what I was talking about. Playing in and around the back. So risky on this game. Let's not give anything up from the kickoff. We'll take the foul. And yeah, I mean, looks like we're going to get a well-earned draw here. There we go. Hopefully this gave you an indication of how players at a high level are playing, and also, you know, how this setup works. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a like, subscribe. I'm here to try and help you guys improve. I'll catch you on the next video, and peace.